Excessive expectation cognitive syndrome, EECS, is not a formally recognized psychological diagnosis, but can be described as a cognitive pattern where individuals set unrealistically high expectations for themselves or others. This pattern often leads to chronic stress, anxiety, frustration, or disappointment when reality fails to meet these expectations. It may also strain relationships or contribute to mental health challenges like perfectionism, imposter syndrome, or burnout. Characteristics of excessive expectation. Cognitive syndrome. 1. Unrealistic standards, setting goals that are extremely difficult or impossible to achieve, believing that failure to meet these standards reflects personal inadequacy. 2. Fear of failure, avoiding challenges due to a fear of falling short of expectations, feeling paralyzed by the pressure to succeed. 3. Disappointment in others, placing excessively high demands on others, leading to frequent frustration, difficulty accepting others' imperfections. 4. Chronic stress or burnout, overworking to meet self-imposed goals, neglecting self-care in favor of chasing achievements. 5. Negative self-talk, criticizing oneself harshly for perceived failures, minimizing accomplishments or successes, causes of excessive expectation. Cognitive syndrome, cultural or societal pressures, societal ideals emphasizing perfectionism or constant achievement. Early experiences, childhood environments with rigid or high expectations from caregivers. Cognitive distortions, patterns of thinking such as all or nothing thinking or catastrophizing. Personality factors, traits like conscientiousness or perfectionism. 1. Cognitive behavioral techniques. Challenge and reframe unrealistic beliefs or cognitive distortions. Focus on achievable, incremental goals rather than perfection. 2. Mindfulness and acceptance. Practice mindfulness to stay grounded in the present. Embrace self-compassion and accept imperfection as a natural part of life. 3. Setting healthy boundaries. Clearly define what is reasonable and realistic in both personal and professional contexts. 4. Seeking support. Therapy or counseling can help address underlying issues and develop healthier thought patterns. Sharing feelings with trusted friends or family to gain perspective. Excessive expectation cognitive syndrome often leads to setting oneself up for failure because the expectations are so unrealistic or unattainable that they create a no-win situation. Here's how it happens. Individuals may set goals or benchmarks that are beyond their current abilities, resources, or circumstances. For example, expecting to master a skill immediately without allowing for a learning curve. Anticipating perfect outcomes in a situation with high uncertainty or complexity. When these standards are not met, failure becomes inevitable. Example, a student decides they must achieve 100% on every test. Anything less is perceived as a failure, even though 90% is an excellent score. Overloading goals. Setting multiple high expectations simultaneously can lead to physical or emotional exhaustion. The individual often tries to juggle too much, spreading themselves too thin and reducing the chances of success in any one area. Example, a professional aims to excel in their career, maintain a perfect family life, and meet extreme fitness goals, all at once. The overwhelming pressure leads to underperformance in all areas. Perfectionism. Paralysis. The fear of falling short of these high expectations can lead to procrastination or avoidance. People may delay action because they feel that if the result won't be perfect, it's better not to attempt it at all. Example, an artist with a vision of a flawless masterpiece may never start because they fear they can't meet their own standard, ignoring incremental progress. High expectations often focus solely on the ultimate outcome, ignoring the value of small successes along the way. This all-or-nothing thinking can make even partial progress feel like failure. Example, a person aiming to lose 50 pounds may feel like a failure after losing 10 pounds, dismissing their achievement instead of recognizing it as significant progress. Excessive expectations can be tied to a desire for external approval. When validation doesn't come as expected, it reinforces feelings of failure. Others may not recognize or appreciate the effort behind the achievements, leading to disillusionment. Example, a team leader works tirelessly on a project expecting accolades from peers, but their hard work goes unnoticed, leading to feelings of defeat. Repeated unmet expectations erode self-confidence, making future success harder. People may internalize failure, believing it's due to personal flaws rather than overly high expectations. Example: after failing to meet one impossible goal, an individual may give up entirely on trying, creating a cycle of self-fulfilling failure. Manifestations of excessive expectation cognitive syndrome in organizations. 1. Unrealistic performance targets. When employees are given goals that are unattainable, it can cause anxiety and lead to burnout. For example, expecting employees to hit extreme sales numbers or achieve high project milestones without enough resources or time. 2. Pressure for perfection. Leaders or managers might expect flawless work, which can lead to micromanagement, stress, and stifled creativity. Employees may feel like anything less than perfect results are failures, causing them to either avoid challenging tasks or experience performance anxiety. 3. Overwork and burnout. Organizations with high expectations often push employees to work long hours. This creates an environment where taking time off or setting boundaries feels unacceptable, leading to exhaustion and a decline in both performance and well-being. 4. Lack of recognition for progress. In a culture focused on perfection or high achievement, employees may feel that their incremental progress or effort goes unnoticed. This leads to feelings of frustration, decreased motivation, and diminished job satisfaction. 5. Team disruptions. Unrealistic expectations can affect collaboration within teams, as some employees may feel inadequate or overwhelmed by others' high standards. This can create tension, unhealthy competition, or poor teamwork. If you have a specific situation or example in mind related to excessive expectations, I can offer tailored insights or guidance.